The Bloodline Civil War seems to be in full effect. Guys, Jacob Fatu debuted on WWE television last night in what was seemed to be expected. We all kind of assumed that Jacob Fatu was going to be making his way to the WWE, and ultimately he did. Now, there were some questions that were finally answered, like what side of the Bloodline was he going to fall on? Because many people speculated that we may see Jacob Fatu with somebody the likes of Roman Reigns and the Usos, and not with Solo, Tama, and Tonga. Guys, my name's Billy. If you're new here, definitely be sure to like this video and definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel, man, because when you guys subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere. You guys know that here. That's just what happens. Without further ado, let's just go hop directly into this video and let's talk about what this means for the Bloodline, what this means for Jacob Fatu, and what this means for the WWE going forward.
Let's talk.
So like I said in the beginning of this video, it was ultimately a matter of time before we seen Jacob Fatu. Again, just not necessarily knowing what side of the fence he was going to fall on. WWE was very, very, very skeptical at first. He was around during WrestleMania time, but they weren't necessarily sure when to pull the trigger. The reason why that is because they didn't want to take the spotlight away from Solo. They understood that Jacob was more experienced, a little bit older, and definitely is the shining of all the Samoans. Jacob Fatu debuted in the pro wrestling scene in 2012. He would later on then go on to MLW and have a long-lasting career in MLW, which, if you guys don't know, is Major League Wrestling. He spent from 2019 up until his debut in the WWE with MLW. He also wrestled in the likes of like New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's done some amazing things across the world. Jacob Fatu was very, very much known for his high-flying ability, but also his great mic work. Dude was a killer on the mic. He could move like a high flyer, but he was also a big body like Kevin Owens. Jacob Fatu is the package that any company would want, but ultimately his past history would be the downside for him. Many companies wouldn't want him because they believe that it would bring bad publicity, if I'm being quite honest. But the truth of the matter is those things happened when Jacob Fatu was younger, and he's much older now. And obviously, as we grow to learn, and we differentiate ourselves. We're not the same person that we were when we were younger. So Jacob Fatu made his debut last night on Friday Night Smackdown, aligning himself with Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline. I think, what are we branding it as? The Bloodline 2.0. It was a sight to be seen. Because Solo Sikoa was trapped in the corner. He was trapped in the corner, and it looked like all the baby faces, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes, were all going to be able to beat on Solo Sikoa. But Solo, as he was pleading back, and he's in a straight face. But ultimately, he comes to this. A little bit of a smile. A grin. You hear the crowd pop. I want to say it was Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens. I can't remember who got turned around. It might have been Orton, too. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was turned around and ultimately attacked by Jacob Fatu. Now, what does this mean? Why? You keep talking about this, but what does it mean? Why is this so important? This is going to get us to WrestleMania 41. If you guys don't know, last night was June 21st. June 21st, 2024, Friday Night Smackdown. It was almost like a premium live event, the way that Smackdown was set up. But we're now on a collision course for WrestleMania 41. Now the story has officially begun. We're now starting to move those innings. Do you guys remember when Roman Reigns was talking about those innings? They were just in the third inning. Well, suddenly they went from the third to the sixth or the fifth or whatever inning you want to call this. They've moved up innings. We've now branded Solo Sikoa as the new tribal chief He's the guy now. How do you think Roman Reigns is going to feel after this? He's not going to feel happy. He's going to be very, very upset. And he's going to look at Tama, Tunga, Jacob. Did you speak to your elders? Because remember, this all has a play on the elders. Enter The Rock. Do you see where I'm going here? The Rock, the real head of the table of the Bloodline 2.0, he called on the young ones, if you will, to take out Roman, Jimmy, Jay, all of them. I can imagine we'll see, I want to say Zilla Fatu had actually tweeted out yesterday that something around see you soon. I'll see you soon. Kind of hinting at him possibly joining the WWE, but also Sami Zayn. I think we see Sami Zayn play a part in this. Because one thing to know about the Bloodline is sometimes blood isn't always as thick as water. Sometimes blood isn't thicker than water, I guess I should say. So Sami Zayn will ultimately make an appearance and rejoin the Bloodline, and you'll have a great feel. This will ultimately lead us to Survivor Series War Games, and you have the Bloodline Civil War match. But it doesn't finish there. No. It does not finish there. Roman Reigns is the ultimate babyface in the company, but he still has to go up against the real head of the table. The man, the myth, the legend, The Rock. WrestleMania next year is in Las Vegas. A very, very big town, popular town. Everybody's going to be there. WWE wants to make a huge main event. There it is. Roman, Rock. You start off with Solo. Solo is doing a great job, by the way. I want to mention that. He's created his own bloodline. Brought in big names from different companies and brought them in to play important roles. So you can't do anything but prop Solo Sikoa. We'll ultimately get Tama and Tonga versus Jimmy and Jay. You'll get Solo versus Roman, probably. You'll see that match happen. Just a lot of cool things come out of this storyline taking place. But I am very interested to know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is ultimately leading to WrestleMania 41, or is this a one-off? What is happening right now? I want to get your guys' in-depth details on this. I'm genuinely interested, as this story is one of the better stories playing out in the WWE. This week on WWE alone, between the Wyatt Six and the Bloodline, is absolutely incredible. You got Drew and Punk, which, guys, tomorrow I'll have a video on Drew and Punk out, so that'll be up for tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, I really wanted to dive into this subject here personally. This one is absolutely outstanding, and this Bloodline story, it's got to be in the higher up innings. We got to be at the 7th inning stretch. We got to be at the 7th inning stretch. We got to be. But guys, my name is Billy Davis. Again, if you're new here, definitely be sure to like this video. Ultimately, be sure to subscribe to the channel because we get sent to a different stratosphere. And I see people calling my stratosphere gimmick lame. Well, I'm here to tell you that every single one of you are lame. If you're not rocking with the Stratosphere gang, then I don't know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.